Hi Pisces, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading for July. Thank you so much for joining, and this is a general reading that could benefit any Pisces sun, moon, or rising sign, and so we can take a look at the cards and see what energy or what insight can be gained for the month of July. Okay, the first two cards I'm going to choose is the awareness of the week. Okay, so our awareness of the week begins with the major arcana card, the Devil. Get that so it doesn't glare. So the Devil is a card of really the things that we do to limit ourselves, the behaviors that we have that perhaps go overboard. We indulge too much in substances and food, drink, partying. We may be dealing with negative thinking. We find a way to obstruct ourselves. We find a way to sabotage ourselves with our own beliefs or our own actions. Now, this can also suggest materialism, where you're just driven for the superficial in life versus the depth, and versus the spirituality. With the Devil, there's a sense that sometimes you're losing your spiritual center. So with the Devil, it's the things that we do to keep us shackled within these chains to prevent us from being or reaching our higher self. So, as you see this couple here, they could squiggle out of those chains, but that would require the will to do so and the desire to do so, to stop the behaviors or the thinking that's not helping or serving. And it just takes, once you reach that point, then you're able to find a way to take a step forward and perhaps to slip through. But the Devil is on our shoulder and speaking to us through our subconscious, of asking us to find the delight in perhaps the things that don't help us. And so this is a week to pay attention to your activities, your thoughts, and how is it hurting you, and what can you do to shift how you think. So interestingly enough, here we have the King of Wands. And so the Queen of Wands brings this very powerful energy, which is he's a master. He's a master of business, of perhaps social conventions and social charm. He has charisma, talent, ability to do many things, ability to multitask. But mostly, he's a go-getter. He is someone who really takes advantage of his own skills. And this is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And so this type of energy may spur you or inspire you to deal with the things or the actions that don't serve you. You may be thinking it's now time to deal with my impulsive shopping or purchasing on eBay or Amazon. The King of Wands brings a sense here. He's fair, he's benevolent, but he's interested in things that keep his energy flowing, stimulation, keep it going. And so really, he's looking right at this Devil as if saying, I have a plan and I'm going to put it in place to try to unshackle myself and to make progress. Again, progress, not perfection, on dealing with some of the things that limit me. Whether that's my thinking or whether that's my, what's going on within my life, that I've incurred too much debt, or I'm, partying too much, I'm not working hard enough, whatever it may be. Everybody knows their own devil. The King of Wands is saying it's time to act, it's time to deal with it. So now let's get two cards for guidance. So we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, this is simply a wonderful card to have following the Devil and the King of Wands, because this tells me that whatever you're working on for this week, you're going to find success. You're going to find recognition for your efforts. You may even inspire a person or two. This is a man who's riding into town on his horse. He has his green wreath on his wand, and it's really his victory ride. And people notice, and so whatever he's had to do, whether that is, moving through obstacles or through naysayers or through the pitfalls of trying to achieve your dreams, trying to deal with things, he's been able to do so, and now he's going to reap that reward. So there you will reap the reward as well. You're going to be able to put a victory in your pocket. And again, it doesn't have to be a huge, giant victory. It could be a small victory for the day, for a couple of days, something that you set your mind to. And I always talk about maybe eating healthy or incorporating more exercise or restricting your purchases, or saving money, whatever it may be. There is a sense of winning and victory for you this week. As I brush the cat hair, the Romeo hair from this tablecloth. Okay, so now we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, we see the guy here sitting on his throne or his bench or his chair. And he's got his feet on the pentacles. He's got a pentacle that covers his chest, and he has a pentacle on his head, weighing down. So this is a card of holding still, of holding in place, of holding on to your resources, and being mindful, perhaps, of money that's coming in, money that's going out, time that you're spending on work versus leisure. So our resources is more than money, but here it's really, he wants to stay to the status quo. So what does this tell me? This tells me that maybe that in finding your way to have victory here, that feels pretty good, and that you're going to maintain this and hold on to this. Because whatever's happening here, perhaps spurred on by the action of the King of Wands, is to let's keep the victories rolling. Let's keep my mind up, confidence level up, because I have been able to do what I'd set out to do. So this may be of holding forth there, and also paying attention, holding on to your resources. So let's get a sense of the possible outcomes for the week. Okay. So possible outcomes, we have the Lovers. And the Lovers it's really about relationships and deep relationships. Relationships that can be sensual, intimate, passionate. It could also be deep bonds between friends or family. But really the heart of this major card, it's about the relationship that you have with someone else that is strong, that is deep, that is very connected, where you are able to be vulnerable with each other. And, this could be a relationship that's impactful to you in your life, serious to you in your life. So if you are involved in a relationship, if you're married, this is something where you may be enhancing that relationship. You may be dealing with some big decisions to make as a couple. If you're searching for love, then you need to put yourself out there to meet people. But this is the possibility of love, and it goes without saying that the Devil card is really kind of making a mockery of the Lover's card, because you see the lover figures here, the icons. So the Devil can bring in things where maybe your partner or someone you're flirting could bring all the characteristics or actions that don't help the relationship. So it's important to pay attention to what you say and what you do and what you mean with your partner. Or if you're dating someone, really being your authentic self. When you are your authentic self and you're honest and you allow yourself to be vulnerable, which means I'm okay with getting hurt. I realize this may or may not work out, and whatever happens, it's the desire to get to know someone and to be with them, and I'll take my chances. The Devil may want to throw in a bunch of monkey wrenches, but when you are showing strength through vulnerability, and when you are aware and having the self-awareness, then you're in a position to do well with your relationships, because really this is a card of relationships. I'm going to leave this here for a second because the next card is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands represents conflict, can be a petty argument, positioning for power, people's egos getting involved, and perhaps with your relationship, you may have a discussion or two that gets heated. You may have a disagreement. So, this is temporary. You work through these things. It's nothing to lose sleep over. It happens all the time. And so in your relationship, there could be some discord, maybe where you're not thinking the same along an issue, and it's going to have to be addressed. So interesting with the Devil and the Lover's major arcana, with victory and action and holding steady. And these things wrap around relationships and the dynamic of the relationships that you have. So, with the Devil, you may have to pay close attention to what is said and what is done in terms of this important relationship. And you may have to make some changes, or your partner may have to make changes as well. You will celebrate victories for the week, and you will handle these little petty discussions. Let's get more information, and this is a card for meditation or focus area for the week. Sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And it goes to being your authentic self, which is, let your light shine and be real. People are attracted to real people. They're attracted to those that really are not afraid to be themselves. And so sacred self is to pay honor and to respect, what makes you special, what makes you unique. And people are attracted to, when you're able to just be yourself. So now I'm going to choose a card for spirit or emotional self. Spiritual self, emotional self. This says hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. So, whether you're in these discussions, power plays, arguments, there's hope. And quite honestly, the Devil would like to steal your hope. But don't let that happen, and do what you need to do to connect with spirit, meditate, pray, but hope. I love the illustration of the candle there. It's the flame that burns eternally in all of us. And finally, I'm going to choose a card for love. Let's see what's cooking for you. Responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. So responsibility is, again, making sure that your actions and your words are consistent, and not to let people read your mind, because that's hard to do. If you're able to communicate clearly and to tell someone that's important within your life, an important relationship, how you feel, and express it, then, that's a wonderful companion here to expressing your gifts. And when you're happy, you do a nice, happy, sacred dance. So Cancer, this is what I have for you for the week, and I hope that you found something helpful here with this reading. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already, like, share, or comment, and I will see you next week for another reading. Have a great week. Take care.